Welcome everyone to this edition of Lifescape TV. My name is Chaz and I am your host, and I'm coming to you from the Asiatique Restaurant here in Louisville, Kentucky. Now with me I have Looi. Now Looi is he's a very well-known restaurateur and chef, and he actually just got a big award. Now what big award did you get here in North America?
I just got the Jefferson Evans Chef of the Year award.
I've known Looi for quite a while, and he's actually going to prepare some food for us. Not only food that you would eat in his restaurant, but it's actually something that you can download a PDF file and have the recipe and prepare it at home. So now what exactly, because we're going to have an appetizer and an entree, so yes. What are we going to be making here tonight?
For appetizer today we have a turmeric, Sarawak peppercorn crusted, diverse scallop, seared, and then we have rested on a pepper coulis, which is finished with sake and some heavy cream. And for the entree, we're going to have wasabi crusted Chilean Seabass with miso broth.
Now, the great thing about this is that this is something, I'm not a chef and I don't even play one on TV, but it's something that I could prepare, right?
Of course. That's what we designed this menu for anybody out there who can try everything. And most of the ingredients, you can get it at home, locally, or at supermarket.
But remember, if you'd like to be a part of this podcast, because your input's very important, so please send me an email, chaz@lifescapetv.com, and if we can create a podcast for you, that's even better. Now, with all that being said, I'm getting very hungry, and I want to go see how we prepare this food, because I want to eat, and I want to learn, and I want to prepare. All right?
Let's go.
Let's go.
All right. I got some turmeric, lemongrass, Sarawak peppercorn, some salt, and some olive oil. It's a very simple mix. And we'll marinate this and put in the fridge for about 15-20 minutes to get the flavor in there. Okay, we'll leave it in the fridge for a second. And the next thing we're going to do is a sauce. We're going to start off with some liquefied butter, some fresh shallots, a little bit of salt, and some red pepper or capsicum. Okay, and the next thing I'm going to put is some Japanese sake. And I tossed in a little bit of sugar earlier. I'll start searing my scallops. And make sure the saute pan is very hot so that it's nice and crusty on the outside and not overcooked on the inside for the scallop. It's the same for all seafood and shellfish. We will saute this, simmer this on a medium heat until it's very soft, and then we will puree it in a blender. With this scallop marinated, get some flavor in, because scallop by itself, there's not much flavor to it. And turmeric is also widely used in Southeast Asia. So when you sear it, when it's nice and hot, you get a searing factor in there. So you cook about a minute and a half on each side. So now this scallop is nicely seared. It's nice and brown on the outside, and of course it's very moist on the inside. And this sauce is nicely simmered and pureed in a blender. And I want to finish off a little bit of heavy cream. Just bring it back at temperature. And put some heavy cream to thicken it. So bring this to a boil. And we have some nice finished sauce on here. Okay. Some good looking scallops. And garnish with some leeks. That's it. Second course on the entree, I'm doing the wasabi crusted seabass with miso broth. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is marinate my fresh seabass. And a little bit of white pepper, salt, and olive oil. And then the next thing I'm going to do is get some red onion chopped, some wasabi, a little bit of sesame oil, a little bit of sugar. Okay, that will become my crust. And again, like everything else, this will be marinated for about 15-20 minutes. Alright, next thing I'm going to do is the miso broth. I'll put a bit of olive oil. Some sliced fresh ginger. Some shallots. And miso. And a little bit of sugar to caramelize it. Just a bit of flavor. And a little bit of water. And this should be simmered for about an hour. I will seal the sea bass and finish off in an hour. Just to get a nice crust. Or you can also do it in a salamander. And just like the scallop, the saute pan needs to be very hot to get the crusty on the outside and to keep the moisture of the fresh protein inside. Nice and seasoned. I'm going to sear this about 3 minutes and finish off in an hour for another 4 minutes. Alright, we are now going to ladle miso broth and the roasted sea bass. That's it.
Okay, Looi, you know, we've talked about it.
Yes.
We've prepared it.
Yes.
I've seen you in action.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hungry. I mean, this is a beautiful, way of showing the food. I mean, my background's in art, and this is a piece of art. And you are an artist. You are a
We
beautiful
try
piece
to
of
do
art.
that food and art. So palette means palette.
But the question is, the great thing about what you're doing here is that you're showing me and my audience here that we can be food artists as well.
Yes.
You know, this is great if you want to prepare this for some family or friends or a special occasion.
You can do this an entree also. You put some vegetables, you put 5-6 pieces. Same thing like the entree. You can put wilted spinach or grilled asparagus or grilled baby bok choy, something like that, and you make a much bigger entree out of this also.
So we can take a bite of this?
Oh, please.
Oh, yeah, let's go ahead and take a bite. What's the proper way?
There's no proper way.
Just dig right.
Food
Okay,
is food.
Food is food. I'm just going to take one out, put it in some sauce, and put it on my plate.
See the freshness and the cleanness of the scallops?
Yes, very.
Yeah, it's not frozen.
Not overcooked.
No,
Not overcooked.
it shouldn't be overcooked.
To the entree.
Okay.
Mmm.
You feel the wasabi kicking in just for like 5 seconds.
That's wonderful.
Exactly.
Man.
That's what
That's
why we try to balance the flavors, the looks, the texture, everything into one. The crunchiness of the
my gosh.
red onion.
Man, I'm telling you, man, this is wonderful. Now, if you'd like to have this recipe, it's no problem. You can download it right there within your podcast. You can go to lifescapetv.com to get it, or you can it'll come to you automatically if you're subscribed in iTunes. And if you're in Louisville, please make it a point to come to Asiatique Restaurant, and you can go to their website if you need to check them out, asiatiquerestaurant.com.
Yes.
So everyone, please keep in touch with us at Lifescape. I'm going to continue eating, and please tell your friends about this podcast. Leave your feedback on iTunes. Send me email chats at lifescapetv.com, and I'll see you again real soon on Lifescape TV.